welcome to a new week with Faye and Simon. We're married to reselling, and together we source from charity shops, auctions and sell full time on eBay and Amazon, and now Depop and Vinted and Etsy too. I'm here to show you what's sold over the weekend. There's quite a few bits and bobs. If you've been watching our pallet video, you'll know that we sourced a load of clothes and some are sold again. I'm just going to go straight in because it's 4 degrees in here, but the birds are tweeting, so spring is close. This just sold. It's an ASOS design dress. Now this was in one of the pallets. I listed it last night. It's awful. I just couldn't get it looking nice on the mannequin at all. I couldn't find a library image anywhere online. But actually, I mean, I listed it cheap just to get it gone because I thought it would hang around for ages, and it sold on Vinted for £12. But that's £12 in our pocket because there's no fees on Vinted. It cost £1.96 listed yesterday. This sold here. This is a pallet item. This sold on Depop last night. It's a Next buffet dress, size 20. It's brand new without tags, and that cost £1.96. Sold for 20. There is, I think, 10%. Yeah, Depop charged 10%. So that's £2 back to Depop, and there's a PayPal fee as well. But yeah, really happy with that. And then eBay stuff. We have a plus size bra, size 42F. That cost £3. Had it since September. Sold for £11.99. That would have been in a clothing job lot, because I don't tend to source bras individually, unless they're like brand new tags on a hanger, like Wonder Bra or Freya or something. And this finally sold. Oh, I'm so glad to see the back of this. It's a COS asymmetrical frill shirt, size 16 to 18. Cost £15 and sold for £27.49. I'm not picking up COS anymore. I've got so much of it hanging around in various sizes, and I just don't want to see it anymore. Now, I'm not going to unwrap the paperweights and glassware because it's too cold, but Simon's going to put pictures up here. This sold is a Caithness paperweight called Peaceful Waters from 2002, and it cost £3 in November from a charity shop and sold for £15. And then we've got this. This is disappointing. I love this colour. It's purple, my favourite colour, but it's like a really tasty purple boiled sweet. It's a Murano bird ornament, and this cost £5 and it sold for £10. Very disappointing. Simon said I should have kept it. This was in a haul video at the end of last year. This was a Ballograph desk set pen and holder. So it's like what you used to get in the bank with a pen on a chain. It's Swedish. They go for quite a bit of money. Brand new, and this is sort of new other. Cost £1.99, sold for £13.99. Then we've got these verbatim DVD RWs. Cost £4, sold for £10.99. Not great. Had those only since December. Then we've got some vases. It's a pair of vases. Again, not going to unwrap them. It's too cold for that. Cost £8.98. They're Brost or Brosty Copenhagen. Two of them. They cost £8.98 from a Chazza. Sold for £19.99. Now, where is it? Oh, here. Paddy Power hats. We've shown these before. We've sold them individually. Now, I said to Simon I was sick of them, didn't want them hanging around anymore, and we should just list them as a bundle. And he said, no, I'd lower the price, sell them individually. So we had both listings active, and the minute we sold in any individual, we were reducing the number available in the bundle. 1 or 2 sold, and then the bundle sold yesterday. So we delisted the individual sales. So we sold 25 of these. They cost, I don't know how much now, but they sold for £25.99, so I'm really pleased with that. That was an eBay sale. They're all brand new. These have just been hanging around from something. Elf Magic message board. There's 2 of them. They're like Elf on a Shelf stuff, and they sold for £2.49. People thinking about Christmas already. Then we've got this vintage ruler. This was in, was this in, should Simon have bought these boxes from the auction, the ones he bid on by mistake. I think it was in there. A vintage slide ruler with case, that cost £1, sold for £7.99. Then we've got another bra, ASOS bralette 28G, that cost £2, sold for £7.99. That's been hanging around since September. That was in a job lot of clothes from an auction. Then we've got the Denby Greystone butter dish. This was in a recent haul video. Got this year, January. So that's good. Then we've got this toy car. This was just in a job lot of auction stuff. It's a 2003 Hot Wheels Mustang. No idea what it cost. Listed it in September, sold for £5.49. Then we've got the Penguin paperweight. Sourced this year, and that sold for, wow, I don't know what it sold for, but this also sold with it a Femlux white Slinky Ruche bust detail strappy bodycon mini dress. So that person bought the dress and the paperweight. The dress cost £1.96. The paperweight cost £4.99, and together they sold for £44.98. So that's brilliant. Cross stitch, not picking it up anymore unless it's Disney, because those Disney sell really quickly for us. Everything else doesn't. This is a Delft Tulips scissor keep. So you make it, then you put your scissors in it. That cost £2.94. Listed it in February, sold for £6.99. Splosh hand wash, rose and lotus blossom 6 bottle concentrate refill bag. This cost £1 in September. This was in a job lot from an auction, sold for £7.99. This is seals, so it won't make the noise, but I'll make the noise. It's the Monkey Group Buzzing Bumblebee cookie jar. That cost £4.95 in December, sold for £19.99. Christmas decorations. This is the last box. These are going. We will never see these again. Never want to buy them again. There's nothing wrong with them. They're really nice, but they just sell for such a low price. Had them too long. November 20. Cost £2.18. Sold for £4.99. See you later. This was from the Pallet clothes. It's an Engelbert Strauss soft shell motion jacket 4XL. That cost £1.96, sold for £40. This was from the Pallet clothes. This is an Oasis tipped travelling rib long jumper dress, large. That cost £1.96, sold for £25.99. These have all been listed in the last week. This is a Joe Brown's cozy chenille jumper, size 14. This cost £4.95 in November, sold for £15. My sister came around last week and did some listing here because she's a reseller, and she had this exact jumper that she needed to list. That was funny, of all the jumpers in the whole world. A Ralph Lauren men's shirt, large, brand new sleeves, brand new tags. This cost £1.96 from the Pallet, sold for £17.50. Cheap jigsaw, cost £6. I think that was probably in an auction lot. Listed in December, sold for £14.99. Got a big sort of Tesco's crate down here. Yeah, in lockdown, our Tesco delivery driver let us keep all the crates that he brings the shopping to the door in. The result, this Lavorato Amano glass flower on a stem was a bit of a disappointing one, really. Simon bought it home when he was out sourcing on his own. Cost £4.99, sold for £22.90. In fact, we had very little interest in it, but we did have someone trying to sell us hers locally who'd seen our listing on Etsy or something. We're like, no thanks, love. Can't sell our own. Then we've got this art glass paperweight, oval, yellow, blue, green. Cost £1.49 in November. That was from a job lot. That sold for £14.99. And then we've got this drinks bottle. This was in a job lot from auction. It's got Wix on it. I think that's Wix as in the website people. I'm not sure. That cost £4.94, sold for £7.49. But we did really well with a load of other thermos stuff that was in there, so there's just stragglers left. And then a Depop sale was a Paddy Power hat, and it sold for £6.39. So that is it. That is all the sales. Ooh, that is all the sales from the weekend, and I'm going to now spend the rest of the day listing more Pallet clothing stuff. I want it all listed by the end of the month. So I've got is it a week tomorrow or a week today? So I've got to pull my finger out. I've done a lot, but I've got a lot more to do. So why am I filming you today?
We're in the barn and we're picking some orders. It's Wednesday today.
It is Wednesday, yeah. I can hear the bin men.
So we get quite a few questions or requests to sort of see how we store our stock. It's nothing really that special. We don't have like bin numbers like A1, A2 or anything like that. But we do have tubs for different things, and these change all the time depending on our stock. So for example, if we've got loads of gloves, then we'll have a glove one. But once those gloves start to diminish, we might mix gloves with belts and accessories like we have here. We've got sort of tops, so we've got 4 tubs for tops at the moment, so A to F, G to L, where's the other one, M to R.
Sometimes it's too cold to like remember the alphabet in order, isn't it?
Yeah, and S to Z. Yeah, we've got 2 tubs for bottoms, which is skirts, jeans, trousers, shorts, alphabetical. We've got lots of breakables here. They're kind of generally split into
Mugs and cups.
Mugs and cups, and then like home stuff, so plates, salt and pepper shakers, bowls, things like that. Then there's like vases, kind of decoration-y stuff, paperweights down this one, odds and sods, kind of more odds and sods, and then other things that are like boxed, like tea cups and saucers.
Or bigger things, like the teapot I can see.
Yeah, and then this is actually personal stuff that would be in any normal person's loft, but we can't use our loft. It's absolutely disastrous up there.
Oh, so over 100 years old. So.
Yeah, and then we've got like homeware, electricals and stuff like that. We keep books and media, like DVDs and stuff, and a few kind of board gamey stuff upstairs in the house, just to stop them getting damp. We've got kind of damp traps and silica gel in all of these tubs. These are all sort of auction ones, so that's all the bits and bobs that were on our 99p auctions. We've ended those now and they're getting pulled out and bundled up. And then we'll generally keep a few. We used to have a lot of our board games and jigsaws there, but I've got room in the house on some shelving, so in the spare room. So I'm kind of not putting anything new out there. And that, if you've been watching the channel since the start, you probably won't remember because it's a long time ago, but I bought that at auction. It's one of those one-up arcade machines. I think it's Rampage actually, not Street Fighter or whatever it says on there. But I still haven't opened that box and looked inside. I think it's like brand new and sealed inside, whatever it is. But yeah, still got to deal with that. But there's a few £100 I think there. Just got to get around to doing it. Back in the day, I was saying a lot that I would get onto it and film it, and it's still there. I've moved it around the barn.
You have to get Anthony and Ben round and have a little game in, like you did with that air hockey one.
I won't be set. I'm not building it. It's like you've got a proper builder. I won't be building it, that's for sure.
Oh, so why is it sitting there then? Get it listed.
Because I've got to open it up and find out what's inside.
Ooh, scary.
Well, it's just one of those things.
I should have given it to you for Christmas, then you'd have opened it.
Yeah. Yeah. So what am I picking?
You are picking, so we've got a load of pallet stock that's sold, or a few pallet items that are sold. Now they're being stored indoors at the moment, just keeping them separate while I'm sort of going through the listing process. So
yeah, because we don't want to mix them in, do we, with our...
No, so there's some cord, trousers and 3 dresses. So there's about 80 quid's worth of sales there, and they cost £8. So, well, under £8 actually. So that's good. So we are picking, would you believe it, the candelabra that you said was sort of 10 a penny.
I just looked at it and thought 10 a penny. And I sort of said that to Faye, so it'd be interesting to see. I did, didn't I? So how many tens of pennies did we get?
30 plus post.
30 plus post. What did we have? Courier post on it?
Yeah.
£5.99.
Yeah.
Nice, £35.99, and you paid
£5.
Good work.
Thank you. And I listed it this month. Boom. Okay, Cozy Feet shoes.
Oh, shoes. So these shoes. This is a bit of a. We've got more space in the barn, but we have all our sort of gardening stuff and everything.
Camping.
Yeah, but I do have empty shelves around the back, so I could kind of make this process a little bit easier. But there we go, because I have to sort of move a tub to get a tub sometimes, because we've got kind of corners and crevices.
But it's good to keep things separate. We have like half the barn for real life and half for work life.
Yeah. So inside here is the cozy feet, like slippery things.
Yeah, diabetic shoes really.
Lady ordered them before Christmas. I think she didn't collect them from the post office, I think I'm right in saying. And they came back, and then she said, oh no. So I sent her a message saying, do you want us to resend them? You'll need to pay postage. She said, oh no, it's okay. I bought them from my mum, but she's got some. And lo and behold, we got an offer yesterday for £25, which was a penny more than the original sale. And I saw the offer, and I went to check if it was the same person, so I could decline their offer, or at least counter their offer at their offer plus postage, to recoup the wasted postage that we had from the last return. You know, we sent it out, we spent on the postage, they didn't bother collecting it. By the time I got to it though, Faye had accepted the offer, and it was the same customer. So I wrote to the customer and just said, do you realise you've ordered the same ones again? Last time you said you didn't want them anymore. She said, yeah, I've been asked to get them. So they are going out again. Oh.
Whoa, that's what he thinks of those.
That was an accident. Okay, what's next?
Next we have the Cornish ware, 4 items.
Oh yeah, they're there actually, they're already done.
So I wrote Cornish ware on it. Wow. So we know.
Clever.
It is.
Okay,
Wowzers.
What's next?
Clarice Cliff saucer.
Oh, I saw this the other day. I saw this yesterday.
This was in your auction stuff that you bid on by mistake.
The rubbish one that wasn't so rubbish.
Yeah, it wasn't so rubbish. And I remember thinking, Clarice Cliff, cool. But it was only a saucer and it was plain yellow, so it wasn't exciting.
Yeah, pretty boring. What did that sell for?
That sold for £8, cost £1.
Next.
Vintage USSR Colcloma folk art lacquered wooden spoons. That's in there, yes.
One of these. What is it? Wooden spoons?
No, it's that.
That bowl?
Yeah.
And that?
Yeah, there's spoons in there, a pot. Yeah, that's it.
Nice. I think I hurt my wrist playing football yesterday.
Oh no.
It's sore.
Maybe you should quit. Oh, everyone.
I wouldn't be able to do a press up right now.
Oh no, does everyone feel sorry for Simon?
I'm always doing press ups, obviously.
You are?
You can probably tell.
How many did you do this morning?
Haven't done them yet. So.
Oh right, okay. How many are you aiming to do before dinner?
Yeah, so I'm going to get these packed up. A couple of things for UPS. I think that, yeah, the candelabra and the Cornish ware.
And one dress.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for Vinted or
yeah, one of those was Vinted, the rest were eBay. Someone paid like 50 odd quid to get a pair of trousers sent to Canada.
Wow. Marks and Spencer's?
Yeah.
They must love the Marks and Spencer's brand.
Back in the day, we used to go to Canada to Marks and Spencer's. So maybe I should tell them. Maybe it's not there anymore. Good luck. Enjoy.
Thanks.
The sun is shining.
Not in the barn, it's not.
Light an incense stick, put some tunes on or a podcast and enjoy yourself.
That's pretty much exactly what I'll do.
Okay, cool.
I've just dropped off the post and I'm going to nip into a local charity shop, Windhair, and see if there's anything good that I can surprise Faye with. Oh. Bolo, and also I like the look of that Star Wars Guess Who as well. We've been in here twice this week already, so I'm not holding out for much, but we shall see. I can't scan anything because I'm using my phone, but we'll have a look. There's Star Wars Guess Who. Themed Guess Who's tend to do pretty well. We'll have a look in a sec. And they've had a few. There's a few brand new and sealed Blu-rays in here the other day. I checked that one, that's brand new and sealed. They also had another Lost World, but I can't see it now. Ooh. I thought that was new, but it's not. Check it anyway. Old. Yeah, I've been in here, as I said, twice this week, so really not holding out that much hope. But the ones that I'm pulling out, I will check in a second. So I got a few bits, not loads. They did have in the counter, the magic counter, I don't even know how to say it, stiff bear. So I looked up sold highest to lowest, and they go for highest like £1,700, couldn't believe it. Anyway, so I asked to have a closer look at it and looked up like the reference number. Wow, it's noisy. Yeah, so I looked up the reference number, and the one that was in the counter, most it sold for was 45 brand new, and they wanted 25. It was probably in new condition or new other, but yeah, not enough. But yeah, check it out. I can't believe what these go for. But before I asked for it to come out from behind the counter, not knowing what it was, I just Google imaged searched the label like this.
It's the end of the week now, and we haven't really been sourcing this week, apart from what you saw Simon with. Now, I thought it was a candle holder, but I think it's actually like a little ornamental vase thing. It was £2.49. It's like marble, and I thought, was it onyx? But I haven't seen anything in blue. It's kind of like got a spiral detail in the stone. Jason, are you watching? Do you know what that is? Anyone else? Leanne, do you know? Anyone got any ideas on that? It's been, someone said onyx.
Someone said
agate. Any tips on that one would be great. We might go out sourcing next week because dogs are getting groomed, aren't they?
Oh yes.
So that's that. And we've had a few messages this week from some interesting sorts.
And we are aware, obviously, that some of these messages may be from viewers, and we don't, you know, as we said last week, we're not sort of trying to be mean or anything like that when we're sharing. We're just sharing our experience of the messages that we receive and how we handle them, and ultimately how we value our time. So some messages that warrant a reply will get replied to, and others that don't warrant a reply will be ignored. So I thought I'd pull this message up. It was actually from a while ago, just before Christmas, but it really kind of demonstrates the difference between what something sells for and what something is for sale for. So earlier on in this video you saw the flower, and it reminded me that we'd had a message about that. So when we list stuff, if we don't really know what it is, don't really know its value, you know, we're not experts, then we'll always go high. So we had this flower thing at like 80 quid, and that was on Etsy, and sure enough we were bringing the price down on eBay, but because we use a cross lister to Etsy which doesn't pull through the price changes, the price wasn't getting dropped on Etsy. Someone then contacted us, quite local to us, asking if we wanted to buy theirs. They had two Murano, they said, candle holders similar to ours.
Hi, hope you're well. I was wondering if you'd be interested in purchasing two vintage Murano candle holders, similar to ones you're selling already. I also live in blah blah blah, so I can bring these to you to inspect. I've posted these to sell on Facebook, but I just keep coming across people wanting a cheap buy and offering £5 for them. Happy to work around an offer, as I know you'll be buying these for profit purposes, but would rather it go to someone who has a clientele that appreciates the pieces. And you put, hi, thanks for your message. Sorry, but I'll have to give it a miss, thanks. Good luck. And she said, you'd be buying them for £5? I see you're selling one very similar for approximately £80 just for one.
Yeah, so There was more messages in between that, but I just kind of put the highlights because actually it turned out that me and Faye messaged her back without realising it. And in one of my messages, I just said that, like, because they mentioned that people were just offering her a £5, and that's basically what I said I'd offer her. And that's when she questioned, you know, but you're selling one for £80. And therein lies the issue a lot of the time. And actually, it's a lot of the issues that charity shops have when they're pricing their stuff. They're just like typing it in, or when you see at car boot sales, someone that's got an eBay printed out listing page saying it's £40 on eBay, when actually they don't sell for £40. So I just sort of thought I'd share that with you. It was something I bought for a £5.
We couldn't find anything similar online though, could we?
No.
So we couldn't. It was really hard to kind of get an idea of what the price was. So we were prepared to wait to find the right price, weren't we?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Ultimately, it found its price. The market told us what the price was, and that is what it's worth. It's not worth what someone lists it for. It's worth what something sells for. That is how the value is determined.
What someone's willing to pay. Should we go to another message?
Yeah.
Hasn't been as busy message-wise.
No. No, it's not at all. There's not many messages to share with you at all.
So this is an eBay question, and it's like a tunic dress that's been up for a while, and the measurements are on the listing, and I always have shoulder for a dress, shoulder to hem, sleeve length if there's sleeves, and armpit to armpit. Now this dress has a straight hem all the way around. It's like a sack dress type of thing. So it's not a high neck, it's just a regular like crew neck, straight hemmed tunic. Hi, I was wondering if you give the measurement from the centre of back neckline to the hem, as this might be longer than the shoulder to hem measurement you have given. Thanks, Alison. Well, Alison, if you're watching, I didn't have time to measure from the centre of the back neckline to the hem, because as you can see on the picture, it's kind of in line with the shoulder, so...
Yeah, to me, when I read that, and the reason I put this one in this week is because, you know, we're busy enough sellers, aren't we, all of us? You know, wouldn't you just look at that picture and say, okay, well, I can see that the top of the back line is sitting, you know, maybe an inch higher than the shoulder.
That's being generous.
Yeah, where it might have been measured. Exactly. I mean, you know, so I don't think that one I'm pretty sure that one got completely ignored. So yeah, sorry about that. And then finally, last week we talked about this one a little bit. This is a long, tall Sally dress or something. Oh, sneezy dog.
Bless you.
A long, tall Sally something, sold for a tenner, free post, went as a large letter. And of course, it's, as I said last week, it's always the large letters that go missing, isn't it? Anyway, I had my standard reply, which basically says, can you give it a bit longer? You know, there's some delays. I'm ultimately just trying to delay them from opening an item not received case. So that's what I said. I said, can you wait this week? The week came and went, and we had a reply. Thanks for the reply. Please, could you open the investigation with Royal Mail, which is what I referred to in my reply. It should have been with me weeks ago. Thanks. So my reply, hi, many thanks for your patience. Yes, the item should have arrived 6 working days ago. That's not weeks. Royal Mail will allow me to open the investigation once it's been lost for 2 weeks. If you can let me know if not received this week or found at your address, I can go ahead with that and refund your order for the fraud team to look into. There's a few keywords in there. I'm not gonna talk about them. And lo and behold, a couple of days later, hi, I had a good search today for the top and found it under a coat where my partner had put it and forgot to tell me. It's lovely, thank you. Well, what do you know? Stay tuned for
A pallet update. What's happening today then?
picking a few more bits Friday today. We've got, a few bits. What have I got to get?
You've got to get 2 Virgin Atlantic key rings out.
Now this. It's a bit of grass. This is our oldest listing.
Is it really?
Yeah. Virgin Atlantic key rings, bought from an auction for, I don't know what in the, I can't remember, it was that long ago.
They're 66p each.
66p each. We have a single listing and a double listing. I think we've sold 2 together.
Just now, yeah, but we've sold loads, haven't we?
Oh yeah, we had like 50, I think. There's what, half a dozen left.
Nice one.
How much do they sell for?
£4.85.
Ooh, not gonna get rich. Not gonna make us rich. What
a Jules blouse, so J.
Blouse.
Tops.
G to L. What colour are we looking for?
Navy blue. It's called Jules Auralia. Auralia. It's patterned. It's near the top.
Near the top, and it's blue.
With a pattern on it.
With a pattern on it. What sort of
Oh my goodness,
what
people.
sort of pattern would that be?
That one. Well done.
Ooh, how much that sell for?
That cost $5.99, sold for $18.49.
Anything else from
Socks.
socks?
They're green in yellow packaging, like khaki green. They're called Heatmate Military Boot Combat Socks.
Size 6 to 11.
Yes.
Anything else in here?
The salt and pepper shakers that sold on Etsy.
Ooh,
The Denby.
that's this heavy one.
Finally had an Etsy sale for the first time in weeks.
Oh yeah. Ever since we sort of had a fiddle with our international shipping on Etsy, we didn't have a single sale. Now it's probably a coincidence that we had a run of sales sort of Christmas when we started building the inventory. And then I was messing around with international shipping, making it better, making it more realistic, and sales just stopped. I think that was a coincidence, but it was weird. Denby, Greystone, salt and pepper.
Yes.
So yeah, that was very strange, but good to know it's working. And we even signed up for the Etsy Plus or whatever it's called, which I think is probably a complete waste of time. I'll probably unsign up from that. I'm kind of trying anything.
Do you know how much they sold for?
$21.99.
Oh, really? Okay. And they cost, I know how much they cost. $2.99. They were a Chazza pickup this year.
And then what is it? A few things
So
here.
there's a few things on the desk. So we have a, what does that say?
Warehouse
Jumper. So we've got two warehouse jumpers here. They were $1.96 each. They were both on the pallets, and they sold to the same person on Vinted for £36. And the buyer pays postage, so that's all good. We've got this Marks and Spencer. This was on the pallet as well. This cost $1.96 and sold for $16.99. Woods of Shropshire Tattersall shirt cost $1.96 from the pallet. That sold for $20 on eBay. And this beauty, this is a vintage ladies dress. Jean Allen is the brand. It's from the 1970s because I looked up the label on the Vintage Fashion Guild website. There's a label library. And it cost $1.96 and sold for $69.99. Listed it yesterday.
Sweet. Should we do a pallet update?
I'd love to do a pallet update. I've been working hard on the pallets, haven't I?
Yeah.
Every day, day in, day out, my life revolves around those pallets, and I have zero regrets. I'm actually enjoying it.
How far into like listing, if you like took the bundles out of it, do you think you are? Like 2/3?
Think so. I've got 9 bags for life left, and so some of them are in bags. A lot of them are in bags for life. A couple were in bin liners. Done all the bin liners, so we've got 9 bags for life. Now there could be a couple of coats in some of those, so that takes up a lot of space. So yeah, I don't know. I'm over halfway.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
Maybe I am. I don't know. It's impossible to say. But I'm really pleased. Bearing in mind it's now the end of January, and January is the worst month for sort of selling things because people don't have as much money because they're broke after Christmas or whatever. But we've had really steady sales, haven't we? And I'm really, really pleased. I've been cross-listing everything to Depop and Vinted again, and anything vintage I've cross-listed to Etsy because there are a couple of vintage items that have been in there. And we've had steady sales. Nothing sold on Etsy, but we have had sales on Vinted, Depop and eBay, and again Vinted has had me pleasantly surprised.
Yeah, you mean, so nothing sold on Etsy from the pallet?
No.
Because we did an Etsy sale earlier in this video.
Yeah, just from the pallet. So yeah, I mean, I sold a dress yesterday.
No, today.
Was that today?
Yeah, this morning. I don't know if you had an offer last night or something. But
was that really this morning?
down as the 28th, yeah.
Sold a dress this morning, listed it yesterday, and it sold for $69.99. That was a vintage dress from the 1970s, and yeah, really, really happy about that one. That was a nice surprise in there.
So that hasn't gone on these figures yet. So these updated figures are now from, so first of all, we did the 13th to the 22nd of January, and that was as Faye was getting going with the listing. So obviously the number of listed was building. We've got way more listed now than we did have kind of a week ago. So we've updated the figures for the 23rd to the 20, including, sorry, the 23rd to the 27th. So everything up until last night. And it's jumped from £535 in sales, approximately, as we explained last week. Check out that video if you haven't seen it. This is just on the specific pallets. This isn't our total sales for everything. This is just on this stock that we bought from the pallet.
So when we first acquired the pallets, we put some figures down of kind of what we were aiming for sales wise. So we were looking for sort of 10 items to go for £50 plus. So far, up until yesterday, that hasn't happened. There's zero. The £40 to £49.99. Again, we had a target of 10. We've sold 2 within that bracket, which is really, really good. So approximately £90. And the £30 to £39.99 bracket, we had a target of 20 items. We've sold 2, totaling about £70. The £20 to £29.99 bracket, we aimed for 60 items. We've sold 10 so far at approximately £250 worth. The £10 to £19.99, our target was 200. We've sold 24 items, approximately £360 worth. Under £9.99, we aimed for 63. We've sold 2 at £10 because they were just sort of cheapies, and 17 bundles at £19.99. I haven't even started the bundles yet. Well, that was 380 items in total. We've sold 40 so far, which is 11% of our target, and an approximate sales price of £780.
Pleased with that?
I think so. The 11% is like, oh, I've been working so hard.
Yeah.
But this really good stuff, and yeah, we've been selling every single day.
Yeah, we'll keep updating. We'll keep updating every week, so you can watch this figure grow with us.
And this is just what's sold. So, like, because we haven't sold any £50 plus items, doesn't mean to say we haven't listed any.
We have sold one, but it's not on the figures.
Yeah.
Just to reiterate, in case you, that's
sold a few things.
confusing from what we said a minute ago.
Yeah, we've sold a few things today, so this is just like, this will be updated next week, so we'll be able to keep you in the loop.
I think what is interesting is that where we sort of targeted like 200 items for between the £10 and £20 mark, you know, it looks like we got that, you know, kind of right, because in terms of, like, at the moment we've sold 24, so we've sold like 12% of that bracket. So it kind of looks like those numbers are, you know, when we talked about the targets, that they're kind of doing okay. I mean, ultimately, the less, I don't know how many under £9.99 items we've listed, but the less we list, the better, because that means they're in other brackets.
Yeah, not many. There's a couple of bits that are like kids stuff where I've done them quite cheap, but I've put plus post on them.
Right, yeah. So, you know, that's good. And then obviously the £50 items, they're just going to pop off whenever they do. No, can I say pop off? That means something else to most people, doesn't it? They're going to sell whenever they do. So, and as we said, we've sold on. So yeah, overall, kind of pleased. And also it tells us, I mean, this isn't the first time we've bought large amounts of clothes or large amounts of anything. We've done it before, but we weren't putting out consistent YouTube videos when we did it. So we haven't measured it in this way exactly before. So yeah, as I said, it's not the first time that we've done it, but it is the first time that we're gonna measure it from start to finish.
Although we didn't count the number of bags, and that really annoyed me. So I didn't know how many bags I had to start with.
I think now's a good time to end the video. We hope you've enjoyed it. If you did enjoy it, please hit that like button. Our videos are getting more and more likes each time, which is really, really good. And it's what keeps us going, and it's what ultimately makes us make the next video. So please hit that thumbs up. We'll be back soon for another video. We'll see you then. Bye for now.